Most service members think the biggest financial advantage in the military is the pension. Others think it's health care. Some say it's job stability. But none of those are the biggest advantage. The biggest financial advantage service members have is one almost no one actually uses. And the one who uses it, what do? They quietly build wealth, options, and freedom, often without higher rank or higher pay. This is the Adjutant. Let's get into it. If you serve long enough, the military gives you something most Americans never get. Not money, not benefits, not even rank. Time with structure, income with predictability, and a system that absorbs those risks. That combination is rare, folks, and when used correctly, it becomes a financial force multiplier. But most service members never connect the dots. They never, put it together. They focus on surviving the month instead of leveraging the system. The biggest financial advantage service members don't use is this: the ability to take discipline, long-term financial risk while protected from catastrophe. Now, let that sink in, folks. Most civilians can't do that. They worry about being laid off or healthcare costs or market swings back and forth, up and down, sideways and four ways, unexpected income loss. Service members, however, they have stable pay, stabilized housing, healthcare, and predictable advancement windows. That safety net is not just protection, it's actually permission. Permission to invest early, permission to stay invested, permission to think in decades and not just paychecks. Now, why most people miss it? Here's why this strategy goes unused. First, they just have short-term thinking. PCS cycles train people to think in 2 and 3 year windows and not 20-year strategies. Second, rank obsession. People believe wealth comes later with more rank, more pay, and more time. Third, the fear disguised as caution. I'll wait until I'm stable, they often say. You never know what could happen, some people would always say. And also, I'll start later. But later is exactly what destroys the entire advantage of this whole process. Now, this advantage shows up in 3 places. Ready for this? 1, investing early and consistently, not timing the market, not chasing returns, just staying in. So for you folks out there that are private E1s, I was one of them, even though I retired as an officer, as a captain, a highly awarded captain, I might add. You want to start early, even if it's like $100 a month, $50 a month, $25 a month, because that time is a multiplier you're just never going to get back. Also, 2, letting compounding do the heavy lifting, which starts with time doing it early. Time beats contribution size every single time. And third, avoid panic decisions. When markets drop, civilians often kind of pull out. Service members can kind of stay in, ride it out, because their income doesn't just poof, vanish. That's not luck, that's structural advantage. In recent times when the government shut down, you all notice that they found the money, rightfully so, to pay these service members. So again, that's an advantage that a lot of people just don't have. That's not luck. Again, that's structural advantage. So let's do a reality check. All right, you have 2 service members. You have the same rank. They have the same pay, same time in service. One waits. One, we'll call him Private Rainey. Private Rainey starts at the beginning. So one uses this advantage. 10 years later, their financial lives don't even look related. Not because one was smarter, but because one understood the system they were standing in. Now, here's what's not using the advantage actually looks like. Parking money in cash, just in case. Treating TSP like a savings account. Waiting for the perfect time, or letting fear make long-term decisions. None of that is conservative. It's expensive. The military doesn't just pay you, it buys down your risk. Always look at it from that perspective. And when risks are lower, the correct move isn't hesitation, it's intentional action. So, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Information only matters if you understand it. And understanding gives you options. The military gives you a rare financial position, not because it makes you rich overnight, but because it protects you long enough to build something meaningful. Now, if this helped clarify what you're sitting on, go ahead, hit subscribe. I wish you blessings and blessing. This is the Adjutant, and I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.